Hello and welcome back. Sounds a bit strange having that spectrum noise going on over the intro thing, but hey ho, it's what I do. Never mind. Anyway, this is a bit unusual for me. This is an unboxing video. I've never done one of these before, so I thought I would start with this, the Cambridge Computer Limited Z88, released in 1987 by Cambridge Computer. Sir Clive Sinclair invention, goes alongside the ZX80, 81, Spectrum QL, etc. And was designed by Rick Dickinson, who was responsible for designing all those things, as well as that little telly thing that Sinclair released. Do you remember that? I'd love to get one of those now, even though, it must be really nigh on impossible to watch anything on it nowadays. But nowadays, there's hardly anything worth watching on bloody telly anyway. Right, so it's the Z88. So the reason I've got this, I've never seen one of these in the wild before this was delivered to me this week, was that like most people, I sort of love the Spectrum, etc., and always wanted to sort of expand my collection as I grow into adulthood. And as I grow into adulthood, I'm not 19 years old, I'm well beyond that. But as time went on, I always wanted to have a really nice collection of things. But by hook or by crook, I could never manage it other than the bits and pieces I had left over from when I was a youngster, which was 2 Spectrum Plus 2s and a big box of games, although only a third of the actual sort of total I had. But I don't use eBay, so coming across these things is a bit difficult for me. It's not that I don't doubt that there are many very fine eBay dealers, or whatever it is they call themselves, traders, etc. But you do reading around here of the odd unscrupulous person about, so that's always kind of like put me off using eBay. So the way that I sort of go about, or have gone about in the last year, is there's a couple of groups, Facebook groups from my work that have got a couple of thousand members each, and a couple of times a year I just pop a little Facebook post up, if anyone's got any Spectrum stuff up in their loft, etc., and you want rid of it, I'll have it. I always pay people for it as well, so I'm not poncing off anyone. And that's borne fruit a couple of times. It's bought me a boxed rubber key Spectrum 48K, a couple of games, a few games, and this thing. And I put a post in to the group a couple of weeks back, saying exactly the same thing, really. And a guy called Michael, thank you, Michael, responded to the post saying that he didn't have any Spectrum stuff, but he had a Z88, and if I was interested, did I want it? And I thought, yeah, okay, I'll go for that. And he didn't want any money for it, but he did request that I make a donation to a local hospice, which I obviously agreed to do. The fee that we arranged for that stays between me and Michael. And this week, this thing arrived. So as it says on the tin, I'm going to just unbox it, have a very quick look at it. Now, there's all sorts of techno babble involved, and I don't understand any of it. So I'm just going to run through briefly some specs for you. Weight-wise, this was 0.9 kilograms. It came with 32K of ROM that was expendable up to 35 megabytes. Sorry, no, it wasn't 35 megabytes. 3.5 megabytes and 128K of ROM. It could also take EEPROM, which is erasable programmable read-only memory. It had an 8-line, or has an 8-line display of 64 by 640 pixels. So that's the technobabble out of the way. Let's have a quick look at the machine. Now, the first thing to note is how sort of dinky and dainty this package is. If you look, it's not very big at all. It's quite a nice sort of silver box, got its own little sort of carrying handle thing there. And you can imagine this back in there. It's got a few little dings on it, but it is nearly 30 years old, so you can appreciate and understand that. Just for reference, let's put it up. Come here. Side by side with Spectrum. There's the Spectrum box, and we put that there. You can see it sort of dwarfs it quite significantly. But then, of course, the Spectrum box has got the power lead, it's power supply in it, and everything. All that's in this box, as we'll see in a second, let's just move things over a bit, is the manual and the computer itself. So let us take a gander at what is in the box. Right, so we open it up, and the first thing we find is the user guide for the Z88 Cambridge Computer Limited machine, which has got lots of stuff in it I don't understand. But it's still quite an in-depth guide anyway, so we'll pop that aside for now. Excuse me. Just have to have a drink of water. Hang on. Sorry about that, got a frog in my throat. It wasn't Vanessa Paradis. Surely taxi. Anyway, enough sodding about. So let's take the Z88 from the box and lay it down in front of us. Now, there is a story behind how Michael came to be in possession of this machine, in that his cousin used to work for SCI, who manufactured the Z88 in Scotland. And he gave him one of these before they were released. And if we go to the back of the device, let's see if we can show you the serial number there. Is it going to focus in? Yep. Looks like it. 000012. That's the 12th Z88 ever produced. So let's have a look at it. It's really, really light. It's got this quite sort of thin LCD screen at the top with a kind of helpful menu strip stuck beneath it. It's got a really, really nice feeling keyboard. Really sort of nice and tactile. It's really nice to sort of type on. It feels good. It's an evolution of the Spectrum rubber keyboard. And it's a nice evolution. It's really, really, really nice. Now, if we can see, I've tidied it up a little bit with a baby wipe, and it now smells like a baby. Oh dear, how nice! Right, and we'll have a look round, see what we've got. Okay, so on the left-hand side, you can see you have the power supply socket, which is where your power supply goes, obviously. You have also this little doodah here is a reset pin, and when you first, the manual says that when you first switch this thing on, or if you want to reset everything, you press that button. You've got to stick a pin in there, not a needle. And if you do stick a needle, don't do what I did and get the wrong end of the needle and drive the sharp bit right into your thumb. Stay safe. And you've got this dial which adjusts the contrast of the LCD display. Now, looking around the front, we have 3 expansion slots for the RAM, for the EEPROM, and a third one which I did read about, and now that I'm doing the video I can't bloody remember what it's for, but it's for something or other. And these are removable. I believe if you remove the RAM, etc., you know, nothing's stored on it. It all gets stored on there. Someone will probably correct me if I'm wrong. So if you're working on any documents or anything and you want them saved, so you want them to still exist after you switch the machine off, then you save it to there. Hope I'm right in that. Okay, so we move around and we've got one of them things. I initially thought that was for a Mega Drive pad or something stupid. What a div I am. No, it's one of those connector doodahs. Right, and we have a little removable expansion cover which gives you an edge connector thing. Is it going to focus? It might focus a bit. And then we pop that back on. A bugger to get back on this thing is. So you can tell I have actually unboxed it before already. So there we go. We're back on, and we've got this little kickstand which comes up, and upon which you rest your Z88. Now I think that looks quite nice. What do you think, Mr. Camera? Are you gonna? Yeah, okay. Right, so if, like me, you take things out of the boxes and you don't read the instructions first, this is powered by 4 AA batteries, which is really, really quaint, for want of a better word. So when it first arrived, I didn't have any AA batteries. I suppose I should have done some research. So I had to raid all the Sky and telly remotes in the house, so no one could watch telly for an hour whilst I had a muck about with this. In order to turn it on, you've got to press both shift keys together, and that will show that. Oh, got the display up a bit bright. Can we see that? And you've got your various functions, etc., that you can whiz through and use the arrow keys to go sort of up and down. Now, it includes a word processor. I'm not going to go through it totally in depth on this thing because I've still got an awful lot to learn about it. So I'm just going to go through, select one or two. Filer is where you find all your all your files, basically stored on in the memory. It's a bit hard to sort of pick up what's being displayed on the screen there. I think you just have to take my word for it. So if we go to the clock and select that, woo! Look, if you can see that, it's showing its. Oh, hang on, where's it gone? There we go. I accidentally pressed a button. Yes, the keyboard is actually quite sensitive. It responds to really sort of minimal presses. I've found. There you go. Look, we're on Thursday, the 3rd of September, 1987. Jumping gigawatts. We've gone back to the past, basically. So let's have a look at what else is on here. It's got basic that you can go into. So let's select basic and 10 print hairy. Bum holes. Enter. 20. Oh, that was 20. Come on. Hello, why is it not pressing? Oh, right, there we go. Oh, we want to go up. Oh, cocked it up. Let's try that again. Why is it not doing it? Anyway, it's got basic on it, etc. I was trying to get it to print like back in the day when you got it all scrolling down the screen, but it was telling me I was being a silly boy. Let's try it once more. No, it's not doing it. It's doing that again because I accidentally pressed enter. So go on to basic and try this again. Try typing with it flat. Oh, this feels really quite nice actually. Where's the speech bubble thing? Speech bubble, speech marks, I mean. 20. Run. The little things please the simplest of minds, don't they? But so that's it's basic. It's got a version of BBC Basic, which it is okay. There were also a couple of games on this that you can play. There is a video on YouTube of someone managing to get Jet Set Willy running on it, which I thought was quite sort of spectacular, really, given what it is and the size of the screen. Now, what else is there in here? We have Pipe Dream, which is kind of like the word processor package of the Z88. Now, let's try. No, we've got glare from the screen, from the light above us. Dear Sir, your wife smells funny. All the best. Bazza. There we go. So you can write in polite notes to people on it. Let's try it up in the old contrast on the screen there. Oh no, that's the wrong way, isn't it? Yeah, it's not showing up at all. I've got it under a bright light. It's glaring away. So it's a nice little machine. This keyboard really is very, very nice, and I don't know how successful the Z88 was, but it's, you know, it's really, really nice looking machine. Don't know how expensive it was when it came out. I don't know any of those things. I should have researched them, but I didn't. Hey ho, there we go. Sometimes we just wing it, don't we? I hope you liked the video. I hope it piqued your interest a little bit. Until the next time, thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, please click like and subscribe if you like what I do. Thanks ever so much for watching.